Welcome to Put a Word on It, a podcast presented by Men of Valor. In each episode, we're going to talk with a different man, but each one with a unique journey from brokenness to freedom. I'm your host, Rudy Kalis. I spent over 40 years as a TV sportscaster, then retired and joined the Men of Valor program as a volunteer. So join the conversation. Reconciling men to God, their families, and society. Welcome to another edition of Put a Word on It, brought to you by Interstate AC. And we continue to do some interviews when we spent a full day enjoying ourselves at the Knoxville campus of Valor Way. And I want you to meet Cody Shelton. Cody is a little bit nervous. He's been here once before. He's gone through a transition, and now he's back after finding out that life isn't as easy as you can think it might be. But he's nervous. We'll have to make him feel at ease. Cody, you told me you were nervous to do this interview. Are you a shy guy?
Yeah.
Have you always been that way?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Fayetteville, Lincoln County.
Yeah, I know Fayetteville. Were you a good kid?
I was.
Tell me about what mom and dad or brothers or sisters? What about your family?
Well, my mom and dad suffered with addiction. So, at a young age, I was kind of, it was kind of hard, I guess, growing up, maybe.
Really? Both of them suffering with addiction at the same time? And you're growing up in that household. There had to be some moments when it got kind of tense in there, right?
It did.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister.
Okay. Older or younger?
She's younger. She's 18.
Okay. Did you go through high school? Did you make it through high school?
I did.
Did you play any sports?
No, I didn't play no sports.
Did you work?
I did.
What did you do for work?
My first job was at a pallet shop. I was about 13 years old, banding pallets.
13 years old?
I was young. We was right by where I grew up, and I started young, working during the summer, mowing yards, stuff like that.
Could you keep the money, or did you have to put it into the family pot?
No, I kept the money.
So you like putting a little money in your pocket?
Yeah.
What kind of friends did you run with?
I had some good friends, I also had some that probably wasn't so good.
Yeah, but everybody gets an influence that way. Did you have friends that kind of, come on, we're going to do this, follow along with them, and you wanted to be a part of them? Or how, could you stand on your own? Which way were you kind of raised?
I guess I followed along with them, maybe.
Sometimes when you shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Did it lead you into some mischief at times?
It did.
Like what?
All kinds of different stuff. I got caught drinking at a young age, and I got caught with some pot at school, and just different.
Did you ever catch yourself because mom and dad, you knew they were addicted, and you said to yourself, I'm never going to do this. I'll never be that way. And then you wind up doing the same thing. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that happens?
I wish I knew the answer to that question. I'm not really sure.
Did it get serious though after a while?
What, the addiction?
Yeah, yours.
It did. It probably started probably about 13, maybe 14. I was experimenting with drinking and smoking pot and stuff like that. And once I got into high school, it escalated into harder drugs. And then it got bad from there. In my early 20s, I started drinking real heavy. I was a severe alcoholic for probably 10 years, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
How did the law get involved?
I was in and out of incarceration.
For doing what? For selling or buying or just
I had everything
DUI?
from DUI to possession of drugs to reckless endangerment. I had a whole list of charges. I don't know.
Did you enjoy it?
My dad passed away in 2004. And when that happened, I just went off the deep end.
How old was he when he passed?
I was 20, I think.
He was 20?
I was 20.
You were 20?
My dad was 48.
Okay, so young. Was it sudden or was he ill or?
Cirrhosis and hepatitis. So he pretty much drank himself to death.
And did his passing come suddenly, or was he getting worse and worse?
It just escalated worse and worse and worse.
And you see it coming. You can see what's happening to him. But he probably couldn't stop?
No, well, I can honestly say that he did stop, man. Like, my dad gave his life to the Lord probably a year before he passed. So, like, I know he's in heaven. I'm in a better place. He's not hurting in pain no more.
Did that affect you at all? I don't know if you were raised in a church or
I
not.
was. We went to church every Sunday growing up. At that point, it really didn't. I just took that and I just crashed completely out. Like, I just turned to drugs and alcohol and never really let up for a long time there.
Were you angry with God?
I don't think I was ever angry with God. For, my my 20s, I never really thought a lot about God, really, I don't think. To be honest with you.
How many times did you get incarcerated?
Oh, me.
You got to count?
A lot. Like,
but not for long stretches.
I think my first stretch was like 3 months, and then I done like 6 months, and then 2 11/29s, and this was just like misdemeanor stuff, like, and numerous charges that just time served in and out, like.
Did you get to the point of getting sick and tired of being sick and tired?
I did.
What changed your life?
I just got tired of it. Living the way I was living. Like, I just wanted to change.
Well, you got out and got involved with Men of Valor.
I did.
And you came here and you stayed for how long?
5 months.
But then you left. What happened?
I thought I had everything together. I thought I was ready to go, and I wasn't. God was telling me to stay here, and I thought I had it, like, I thought I had everything together, and I just didn't.
So you went out, you had to find your own place for whatever you're doing. Did you get in trouble again, or did you just spend that time to think?
No, sir. While I was gone, I've been able to, what happened was I lost focus on God, the world, all the world. Once I left here and went out to the world, like, I don't know, it's like I lost my focus.
Why do you think? There's a lot of people and guys that I work with in prison who think, I'm ready to go. I've got it figured out. I'm going to be good. How did it happen with you?
I was in a real dark place, like depression. Like, I was suffering with like certain mental health, like issues I tried to address. And like, I was just ready for a change. I was ready to come back home where I was loved. You know what I mean?
How did you make the decision to come back? And then were you surprised they said, please come on back?
Man, I wasn't surprised at all. These guys love me. Like, all I had to do was make that phone call.
It's kind of great to have a family, isn't it? Somebody that cares for you.
It is.
You think it'll stick this time?
I know it will.
Why?
They're never going to quit loving me or welcoming me. I got a home here for as long as I want to live here. Guaranteed.
Wow. Is your mom still alive?
No, sir. My mother passed in November at the women's prison.
Oh, she was incarcerated.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my. From her addictions?
Pretty much.
So you've had, what about your sister? She okay?
Yeah, she's good. She graduated this past year, so she started college, MTSU.
Yeah. So now what's your goal? What do you want to be doing? Let's say 5 years from now or whatever down the road, or do you not even want to look that far ahead?
Rudy, I'm really just trying to, I'm trying not to look too far ahead. Like, I'm just trying to, kind of a day at a time, just kind of take it slow. I don't want to jump too far ahead, even though, I've got goals, for the future. But right now I'm just trying to take it slow, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like, God wants me to go minister to people, like, I've had the opportunity to do that over the last few weeks, like, and I like it.
I think you'd be good because you're so real about yourself and about your life. Our program is called Put a Word on It. Have you got a word for me?
Focus.
Why'd you pick that word?
I just got to keep my focus, stay focused.
Because you got off of that focus before.
I did, and I seen once I got off that focus, I seen what happened. Like, I got to keep my focus.
He is your
My
guy.
main thing is to get me. I have to have me together before I can be good for anybody else. Like I got to get myself right. This is the perfect place for that.
They've got rules, they've got lessons, they've got things that make you stay that way. Let it get way down deep inside of you.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're a good man. See, you did just fine. Don't be nervous about it. You need to talk to people and tell them your story.
All right.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Well, I like the word that Cody used, focus. Maybe you could tell as we started to talk to him, he began to open his eyes a little more. He began to be a little more comfortable. He began to focus on thinking about himself and about his story. I think he'll do a good job telling that story. And he's convinced this time is the last time he's leaving until he graduates. We wish him the very best. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next time as we put a word on it.